Hey everyone. So I hope everyone has have a having, excuse me, a good day, evening, wherever you're saying this. I got to thinking, because I'm going through my own emotional tribute, like tations and things like that, and like really trying to let go and to acknowledge and accept truth. And sometimes I feel like I have a hard time doing that or being authentic, and I kind of feel like sometimes like there have been things in my past that I feel very disappointed by, and it's hard for me to let go, or I feel like maybe it's not the past but like disappointed in myself for allowing certain situations, or putting myself into situations where I'm just thinking in my head too much, that I'm not, in a sense, what I call, or what my mother says is like, feel with your head, but think with your heart. You know what I mean? So it's like, don't beg, situations that come about because clearly they're not meant for you. You know what I mean? And it's like, you only hurt yourself more by wishing and wanting and things like that and reliving. And a lot of times, we as humans, our baggage, we think about our baggage, and it actually hurts worse than the circumstances that actually happen by thinking and overreacting to it. It hurts more. So it's like when you think about disappointment in the past, or a past heartbreak, or a past failure, and you marinate in that and you just keep thinking, 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 it hurts. It's like basically clawing scar tissue and pulling it, and it festers, gets infected, and you're like, well, shit. Like, now what do I do? So I wanted to do a tarot reading for helping individuals, and when I was thinking about this, I saw like 4 or 5 individuals, but altogether I saw something like 20 souls. So this could be your spirit guides, your ancestors coming forward for these individuals, like in the future, 5, 6, whoever resonates with this. But like, really, there was like 5 individuals that really need to hear this. So today I actually have a new sage stick. So this is blue sage. White sage, being that it is super overpopulated, I feel like white sage is a bit hyped up because of people saying, oh, white sage is the best because it doesn't smoke as much. It's not as, it doesn't fall off. So this is desert blue sage. And this is out of New Mexico. I live in Idaho, so this is pretty abundant. Blue sage is pretty abundant. I have blue sage out in our little shop. I have it laying around the house. So I have my own. So this is also sweetgrass wrapped into it. So sweetgrass is also pretty good, as an intense like giving back. So blue sage does tend to crumble. It really does. Like, as you can see, that's just off the stick itself. So it does make a mess, just like FYI. So I just want to start by blessing this immediate area, allowing my spirit guides, those individuals who need to hear this. I just want to start by blessing and clearing out any negative space. I ask spirit specifically messages that need to come forward, how to let go of situations, how to let go of disappointment, how to heal from disappointment, and how to heal from the past. I ask these specific messages when I channel. So please come in accurately and allow me to set my intentions. Please be clear. Please be honest. Do not be deceitful. Do not be manipulative. We are honestly trying to help those who need this message in whatever time, space, continuum, wherever in time they will see this video. So I start by saging and clearing my decks. These have been charging on satin spar selenite. So it's white selenite, and that is, selenite specifically does not need to be charged because it creates its own charging station, so it never needs to be cleaned or cleansed. I mean, you can still say thank you to the energy specifically. It's like one of 7 natural stones that do this that I know of, with citrine, a super 7, obviously, and then a couple other more stones. So these are Archangel Michael decks, or this is like messages It doesn't matter what faith, nationality, creed, whatever you think. These are just decks that I may not be able to pick up with tarot. And then I have my Oracle Starseed, obviously. These are like one of my favorite decks. So if I don't have a message from Spirit, but I have a, from the universe specifically, I will channel these cards if need be. And then finally, if cards are being pulled that I feel like are not in this deck, my other deck, I have a smaller pocket size standard Rider Waite deck. So this is like any clarifying energy, or maybe I might pick up a second or third energy that I would not pick up on this deck. So I just want to say thank you to Spirit. Here are my intentions. Please allow and keep my boundary. There's like such a mess in here. My gosh, I'm gonna need the vacuum later to like vacuum all of this up. Then I have cedar. So I just want to ground out our intention and keep it focused and steady. So cedar is really good to work with. It's very earthy. It's very purifying. So cedar can be used instead of sage. So I just want to say, if you have sage, like, don't let people say that, oh, white sage is the best, because let's be honest, and this is no way insulting to anybody who uses white sage. I use it, but because of the scarcity and the limited amounts that are allowed on the market every single year, it's over expensive. It's just more expensive than what it really needs. So please allow the stability of the cards and the messages to come through. Please become clear. Please ground out this earthy connection, being that I am an earth base, but allow me to pick up on energies that I may not have been able to pick up. So thank you. Please do not be deceitful. Do not be manipulative. Do not lie. And most importantly, come through clearly, I ask you. Thank you. Okay. So, I have just like all this mess laying around of these little things. So, and that specific comes out of New Mexico. Just got it yesterday. So, let's go. Spirit, what messages do you have today on how to let go? Normally I would say this is a bit too much, but because these messages just popped right out of the deck, let's go. So we have the Ace of Swords. So this is saying that there is victory, but there is a sense of like you reap what you sow. So if you make a malicious attempt, like just know like it would be retributed right back to you. But in a sense, for the most part, I get there is a victory for an outcome. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and normally this would say like a legacy giving back, but because of you right now feeling like you're disappointed, you're letting go of this legacy. You're letting go, or maybe you're walking away from a situation where you feel disappointment, or you feel like you are no longer welcome in the situation, maybe with a person or persons. But I really see like family in this sense. It's like you really wanted a family legacy with this person, or maybe a couple people, but it was like you felt disappointed, you know what I mean, by this outcome. So this is saying that the outcome that you wanted or you hoped for didn't come about. So I'm hearing some of you need to just walk away from that, because it's like for those, because I'm seeing someone who's really trying to make this work. And it's saying let go, because this legacy that you're making is a false legacy, because it's just like you're putting more stock into something than what it really is worth. And it's like, are you creating and setting yourself up for illusion that you want with this person or these people? And it's just like, I'm hearing, I told you and I made this happen. I made the situation go away. Yeah, you're disappointed. But it's like, I made this go away for the right reasons, because you can't understand what harm this would have caused you. So then we have Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles. And this is saying like creating new opportunity, creating new ventures, and I'm saying business. So if you feel like you were creating a legacy through a business and you had to walk away, just know like your home base, your home portal, your foundation is elsewhere. You know what I mean? Your secret garden is elsewhere. So it's like you need to step into the secret garden because there's a portal. So this is saying like open yourself up, open yourself to your secret, like, you know, sanctuary. Open yourself up and allow yourself to step into this portal and transport you elsewhere, like when ready. So then we have the Knight of Cups. And I really feel like in the Knight of Cups, I'm hearing emotional. Like you are emotional, like you wanted to give someone something. And I'm saying this for some specific person because I get the image of a woman that you wanted to give to someone, right? You wanted to give them a home, you wanted to give them family, you wanted to give them your heart, but it just, and I'm getting emotional because I felt like this, and I'm not picking up on my own bias or my own past, you know what I mean, dealing with someone where I literally wanted to give them everything. I wore my heart on my sleeve for this individual just to be taken advantage of and be disappointed, you know what I mean? So I'm not putting my bias in, but it's like I resonate with this card because it's like I still feel resentment. I still feel bitter, you know what I mean? Because this person put me through hell and back, and yet I'm happy with someone else, you know what I mean? And it's like, just let me be happy. Like, stop intruding. And so I just want you to know that whomever you are, for this female that gave something to some individual, I want you to know that you have an ancestor, a female ancestor, and I'm getting the sense of like an older sister. And I don't want to say you have mommy issues, but this older sister basically raised you, and she passed tragically in a car accident. So this individual, this spirit of your motherly figure and your sister is telling you she is trying to fill your cup full of love, and she wants you to remember her memory, remember her love for you, that you could talk to her. So it's like she's telling me to say, please call upon me, let me fill your cup with love, and let me give you the warmest hug that you've had in a while. Like, everything will be okay. So this is really saying like your emotions right now are running super hot, that you're maybe not, you know, doing the best. You're trying to cross new rivers and open new lands with this Ace of Pentacles. So this is just saying like you can open your heart, just have boundaries, you know what I mean? Because it's like you can conquer new lands, but you have to set out and be willing to do it. You have to be willing to fight for your victory, is what I'm hearing. And I hope that came across or crossed clear to anybody who had a sister that died. I am so sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry that I rubbed that wound, because I'm hearing wound. So it's like some of you are super guarded, and I'm saying some because I'm seeing 3 people. Some of you are extremely guarded, where you feel like you're licking your wounds and you're building walls that you don't need to build. So this is saying, hey, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm hearing, I am so sorry you feel like this, because you don't need to be. Because you're imprisoning yourself and you're making yourself worse by building these walls and not building boundaries instead. You're not in prison, so stop. And some of you with the 4 of Wands would celebrate. And this is saying celebrate yourself, because no one's going to celebrate you. You need to celebrate yourself. You need to be okay with your inner peace, your inner joy. Your inner joy, your inner celebration. I'm sorry about the dogs in the other room barking. you were on stage, and I feel like some of you were humiliated in a public place. And I'm seeing someone who proposed to someone, and they were together with their partner for a very long time. I'm seeing 4 or 5 years. And you were humiliated that you found out that this person was unfaithful to you. And you got set up, and you feel like you're imprisoning yourself. So with the Four of Wands, I really feel like something for you, like basically turning away happiness, that this is saying you need to praise yourself, because you've been force-fed something to say, and I get this for some of you. It's like some of you are like hopeless romantics, so a situation like this is like you're disappointed in the outcome, you know what I mean? Like you've accepted that something just ended, but you're disappointed about how you are going about, or how your partner is going about it. And I really feel like in the inner praise, like once you praise yourself, you stop looking for closure. You stop looking for things that don't make sense, and that just they harm you even more, because I feel like reaching out is a coping mechanism, because it's like you're trying to cope with this. So this is saying that normally if you were going through exile, and I'm not saying exile, but you're like taking time to, you know, reflect and to manifest and to really reevaluate. So this is saying that you need to rest, you know what I mean? Like you have to stop overthinking, because your mind is actually making things worse. Your heart is making things worse. And I'm hearing this, like, if you can, and like just figure a way out to kind of like shut your brain off, if that makes any sense. Because it's like your heart is like emotionally mature about the situation, like, but your mind is reminding your heart. So it's like your mind is like making these scenarios or making these things happen, like overthinking and analyzing a situation or analyzing the detail or how this happened. And your heart has had enough, because it's like your heart is ready to let go. Your heart is ready to walk away. But your mind is just saying, I. You know what I mean? And that's just saying, like, dude, and I'm seeing this, like, someone's heart is like, you know, if they could talk, your heart is like, dude, like, step back. You know what I mean? Like, I feel this. I know exactly how you feel. But it's just like, your mind is thinking, but your heart is, you know, what actually feels. So in a sense, it's like you're thinking with your mind, or you're feeling with your mind instead of thinking with your heart, because your heart is ready to move on of the situation. You know what I mean? So this is saying inner reflection. You know what I mean? Like, don't look at outside sources, and really just take some time, you know? And a part of that is like remembrance. So if you've been to, you know, certain churches in Europe, that you will see like a cenotaph of knights or anything like that as remembrance, or, you know, tombs that are not there but they're somewhere on the grounds, or they've been moved elsewhere. This is saying, like, don't build like a shrine to things as well, is what I get. It's like, stop romanticizing the situation, you know what I mean? Because it's happened. Like, don't remember the situation, because it's like remembering it is what's hurting you. And I really see that is you're reflecting, and it's just like there's no reason. So it's like you're creating something, you know what I mean? You're creating these problems for yourself. And the Magician is really manifesting, but this is also saying, like, you have new opportunities, you know what I mean? People are trying to come into your life, but by you stewing in this and not letting this go, this is really saying, like, you're hurting your own self. Because it's like people are trying to show you better, but you're still, like, up on a pedestal about the past, if that makes any sense. Like, you're romanticizing and you're, like, bitter about the past and you're resentful. So you're creating resentful outcomes, if that makes any sense. Like, you're creating negative situations for yourself for the future. So it's like your past is creating your present right now. And it's like, move away. You know what I mean? And this is disappointment. Like, logical disappointment, this is not how you actually feel. Your mind feels this, but your heart doesn't. So this is saying that you're creating situations, or you're trying to create situations or manifest something that is not happening. It's just like, take a step back, inner reflect, meditate, do what you need to do, and let go. Stop building boundaries. Stop building fortifications, because it's like with the Ace of Swords, it's like, what are you sacrificing? Because you know with the Ace of Swords, if you create this, you will reap it. This is a reap what you sow card. So then we have the stars. So this can be upright negative. So this is saying, like, you're wishing upon a star for something, and it's like, you see a falling star and you be like, oh, make a wish. It's innocent, right? But you know it has actual no ground, right? And that's what that's saying, is you're wishing for negative things. So therefore, if you continuously, like, keep wishing these things with these aces, because we have the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords, or excuse me, the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So it's like, if you're trying to basically manifest these aces, your disappointment and your bitterness and your resentment is messing with your flow. And this is saying you're not expanding your horizons. You're not expanding yourself. You're not opening yourself up to better. You're opening yourself up, and you're imprisoning your own inner self for something that has no business in your life anymore. And I really get that. It's like, let go, because the more you stew on this, the more you hurt yourself. And that's what I'm hearing, is like, you'll hurt yourself more by not letting go. So we have decisions to be made. Heal. You need to heal. Like, you're seeing this person in your dreams, or you're seeing situations. You're over, like, your anxiety has got an all-time high. So it's like, your anxiety is making it worse. Your overthinking is making your anxiety, your depression, your emotions. So this is saying, like, bro, you're stabbing yourself in the back. And I know that I'm like, bro, like, you're not even, could be a male, but, at the same time, it's like, I'm hearing, like, bro, take a step back, for some of them, because it's like, you're really messing with your own, like, self. So it's like the King of Swords, you know what I mean? You have the ability to do better, especially with the King of Swords. Like, it's very logical, it's very intelligent, you know what I mean? And I'm seeing for some of you, like, this person, and I'm seeing a completely different person that's trying to come into your life with the Magician, right? And the decisions, and with the Ace, like, specifically, right? That wants to give you better, that wants to show you that, like, this person that treated you wrong, or the situation that you have going on, like, logically, this person wants to open you up, and to do it for the right reasons for some of you. And so I really see, like, there is an air of, like, logic, and I'm seeing air energy, and this person wants to fight. You're fighting, and this is, for other people, this resonates. This is not a whole different person, because there's two meanings, and I'm seeing two different things. So with the Ace of Swords, I'm also seeing, or excuse me, the King of Swords, I'm also seeing, like, some of you are just fighting the inevitable, and I'm seeing that. So it's like, you have news, you know what I mean? You have new opportunities with the Magician if you're creating new opportunities, and you're not doing any of this if before didn't resonate. Like, with the King of Swords, for someone, like I said, with this, going back to the first, what I first saw was, like, someone is trying to come into your life and to offer you a new solution, a new opportunity, a new love, but you're fighting. So this is saying there's new news, new opportunity, new love, and I'm seeing fly fishing. Like, go fly fishing, you know what I mean? Like, the Cupid's arrow is looking for some of you, but, like, some of you are just fighting. So then we have the King of Pentacles, right? And this is saying, like, you're trying to basically, like, oh my god, the grass is greener over here, so I'm going to take a little bit of, like, this, like, green shrubbery, because with the Knight, as you can see, like, right here, there is a, like, shrub, a tree limb, whatever. There is a plant in the helmet, right? So, and I know you can't see this, but he's like, the horse is walking, right, at a steady leisure place, they're just, like, stopped, and he's like, okay, like, I'm gonna consort my, like, handy dandy compass, like, where are we going, right? But there's, like, a solitude tree, like, right there in, like, a barren dirt patch. And so I'm really seeing, like, this, like, compass, or like this like thing is really saying like plant your seeds in this barren spot, you know what I mean, that hasn't been touched yet, because we have new opportunity. So I'm really seeing like for this within the magician, and this is saying like there is opportunity to grow, you know what I mean? You just have to plant your foundation. Again, plant your foundation and make that. So yes, there is a decision. You're consorting and making a decision, right? So you're expanding. So it's like accept defeat, because if you're still fighting with the Five of Swords, you're like a gracious loser, but you're a sore winner. And it's like just acknowledge and accept the truth, because you're hurting yourself by fighting. You're just being petty. You want the last laugh for some of you. And it's just like, what are you doing? So then we have the World, and this just wanted to pop up. So it's like, this is a wish card, but it's also saying like the world is your oyster, and you have the ability to create new horizons and new worlds and new universes for yourself, but you're wishing. That's it. You're wishing and you're not following through. You're not putting in the time or the effort to get to point A to point Z. You know what I mean? You're not taking the journey. You're just wishing something will happen. You want the easy way, but that's not the case, you know? And this is also saying like someone or something can give you the world for some of you. So with the World, please clarify. Am I seeing a person, or I'm seeing just another party? So we have the Hangman. So this is saying, you know, there is opportunity, there is growth, there is sacrifice. So it's like, if you feel like you have to sacrifice to get somewhere, just like know that there is a journey in this. You know what I mean? Like, don't be looking at the destination, if that makes any sense. So with the World, if you're wishing, like, what are you trying to give up? So it's like, can you sacrifice your happiness to be with someone for some of you? Or what, you know what I mean? Like, can you basically put your feelings aside to sacrifice your own feelings and disappointment and all this other stuff? Like, can you be willing to sacrifice your happiness for someone who doesn't give a damn about you? Pardon my language, but I'm hearing that. It's like, why are you sacrificing your happiness and your love for someone who's not requiting that back to you, that couldn't care, give a damn? You know what I mean? It's like, you can't lead a horse to water and make it drink, you know what I mean? Because it's stubborn as hell. So that's what I get with the Knight of Pentacles. It's like, you're trying to lead your horse somewhere, and you're trying to make this work, but you're sacrificing your own freaking dignity and your own time dealing with morons. So it's like, hey, like, with the World, you know, also, if, like, you're trying to give the world, but it's like, at the same time, if you're wishing for it, why aren't you grateful for what you have already? You know what I mean? It's like, that's what I'm hearing, is gratitude, like being thankful for what you already have. And then we have the High Priestess, and you're looking for outside sources, you know what I mean? Like, you have a dependency on outside sources, that you're looking to affirm something you already know, and yet you're not listening to your inner intuition. You have blockages. So then some of you are just like, are you willing to sacrifice your life for misery? I'm getting literally misery in this card, that there is no joy, there is no happiness, there is no fruit. It's barren. It's a waste of your time manifesting something with someone, because it's a waste. It's literally a waste of over imagination, and you're hurting yourself, you're hurting others, like, you're hurting you because you just keep resisting. So then we have Death, and this needs to transform. I know you can't see this because of the lighting, but this is saying a transformation is imminent. You know what I mean? Like, it's trying to come about. Like, there is death of a situation. Let it happen. Stop fighting. Like, seriously, stop fighting the inevitable, because you're only hurting yourself. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. So instead of wishing, put in the sheer willpower, the manpower, the time, the effort, and make it happen. Because you are restricting and stifling your own journey, your own self, by stewing in emotions that have long passed this situation. and they're expired, but it's like you wouldn't eat expired food or drink expired milk, would you? Or something that, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying. And then we have the emperor, and some of you are just so heavy-handed. Maybe you have daddy issues, or you have some type of father figure or someone that you really looked up to. So it's like maybe you wanted to have a family with this person, with the emperor, and this person turned out to be super manipulative. They're heavy-handed. They just had to have everything. They were such a micromanager that it's like if it didn't go their way, it was your fault. So I'm seeing narcissists, but I'm seeing daddy issues too. So it's like you wanted with this, and then you got disappointment. Like that person ended up leaving, and it was just like, what? So then we have the Empress, and some of you who identify with the Divine Masculine to know that the Divine Masculine is manipulative, and you wanted this family because it's very fruitile, it's very able to give the bear this fruit, and this is knowledge, this is determination, this is wisdom, and upright, this would say someone who is power hungry and things like that. You're manipulating a situation. So you're masculine for some are manipulating a situation. You're super iron fisted right now. It's like my way or the highway. And the Empress, that your divine feminine, is like, no, like, calm down. I'm trying to bear fruit. I'm trying to help you heal, and it's allow me, you know what I mean? And I'm hearing like I'm carrying this child for some of you, and like because of these two together, I'm seeing someone is carrying this feminine is carrying this child, and yet this masculine is like, I want you to end this. I'm not ready for this. Like, I gotta get out. Like, I don't love you. I don't want this child. I'm hearing these situations in my head right now. And it's like you were so disappointed, and you're trying to make this family, this situation work, and it's not okay. Like, get out, but like, don't take anybody's shit. The fact for some of you, like the fact that all aces, right? We have the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles pop up in one reading. But this was reversed. So this is saying your blessings are not flowing because there is blockages. There is a situation that has been long overdue. It's oversoured. Get rid of it. Throw it out because it's messing with your abundance. It's messing. But this is also saying that your blessings come from within. You know what I mean? You have to bless yourself. So then we have, like, don't rush into things. Like, you were being super, I am hearing judgmental. You're assessing a situation and you're being too judgmental. You're not open-minded. So it's like you're rushing into something that you have to make more obstacles to get over. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what I was seeing in the Five of Swords, is saying, like, you're a sore loser. So it's like you just, like, constantly, like, have to win, and micromanage and manipulate to get your way. So it's like, if you're looking like a victory in your life, but you have to do all that, like, just to turn around fair play, then you're doing it wrong. So then we have the Four of Cups, and this is saying take reflection, go sit outside, go sit under a tree, take a walk, and just reflect. You know what I mean? Like, don't stew too long in this. Like, this is really saying, this is like, sit down and meditate on what you really want and ask yourself, am I feeling like this because I'm lonely, or I feel like I'm desperate and I want this attention, even if it's negative or not? Like, why am I putting myself into situations like this is unhealthy? You know what I mean? Like, you in your head is like trying to talk yourself out and self-sabotage. And I see this with the you have an air of with the Queen of Cups. Like, you're nurturing, you're kind, you're loving. So the feminine is really trying to mother you in, but it's also like, it's stifling too, because sometimes you don't want to hear this information. You don't want to hear the tough love. So this is saying, like, this feminine is trying to give you tough love and mother you through this, because I really feel like there is healing, and I'm hearing this is like, heal. Okay, cards. Yeah. Okay. Yes, heartbreak. It's heartbreaking, and it's like, how do I let go? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's like, stop resisting change. You know what I mean? Stop fighting. I'm seriously, this is the Knight of Swords, and this is saying, like, don't gallivant after shit. You know? Like, this is really saying that, is stop gallivanting after shit and, like, chasing after someone, because it's like, bro, the more you chase in a cat and mouse, the more you lose. You know what I mean? No one wins. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So I'm really hearing, like, stop gallivanting. Like, one of you is chasing the other, and it's just like, you're losing because it's unreciprocated. This person's running away from you. These situations are running away from you. But it's like, use your better judgment. And I'm saying that is like, you have opportunity if you were to chase and let things come to you instead of chasing something. So it's like, let go and stop fighting yourself, because it's like, you're messing with your abundance flow, whatever it's financially or something. You are messing with your financial, I am hearing you're messing with your financial, like, opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, why are you wasting money with a situation or self-help, all this other shit, when yet you know that something healing is coming about, but yet you keep just messing with you're not willing to change. Like, you're chasing a ghost. I'm hearing you're chasing a ghost. And for some of you with this heartbreak, like, you feel like you lost your best friend, or you feel like you lost your your better half, or your twin flame, your mirror, whatever, your two peas in a pod. You feel like that. But this is saying, like, if you heal yourself, you will find something way better, because you will find self and divine love. And in this card, because of the imagery, this would say, like, hey, this could be a soulmate, this could be a twin flame, but this is also saying a union of reciprocated love for some of you, if you let change happen, you know what I mean, with the new arrows and all this. So, I mean, there's many different messages in here from many different people, because I channeled, like, 20 different, like, individuals. And so I just wanted to ask, for the collective of messages, are there anything I didn't touch on? There's a journey. There is a journey of self-fulfillment. And it's like, there's a journey of love. It's a journey of journey. So it's like, with the Two of Wands, this is saying that there is creative elements, you know what I mean? So it's like, when you allow change to happen, and you allow and you embark on this journey, you know, there's inner reflection about how to change for the better, if it makes any sense. So then we have the Queen of Wands. So this is saying you have, and you can't even see it. So you have the Queen of Wands, and I know this is, like, dark and moody and, you know, things like that. So honestly, because we're working with the heart, I'm really in a mood where I feel like some of you are going through shadow work. And I honestly feel like when we see just like a black and white, we don't see images. So with this salt lamp, I have this orange Himalayan salt. And I really wanted to set the ambiance to know that, like, just know, like, there is light and darkness. You may feel like you see black and white, or you feel like you're colorblind. But it's like, allow light in. Allow this fire to burn. And I really get this. It's like, sit by a fire and stare into it, and, like, project everything that you're feeling or you're thinking into this fire, and let it burn away. And that's what I get with the Queen of Wands. And it's like, some of you are, like, chasing this unrequited love, and, like, this is not your person. So it's like, stop chasing, stop putting yourself in there, because it's like, if you can't love yourself, no one can love you. So then we have the Hierophant. And so it's like, look at your inner truth, your inner spirituality, your inner self, because you feel void, or you feel bankrupt morally or emotionally, you know what I mean? You're done with the situation. So it's like, look within, because if you're looking for outside or secularly things with the World card, because it's like wishes and wants and desires and things like that, just know that, like, looking within instead of looking through, like, physical confirmation from others, yeah, it's nice for some of you, but I'm really hearing, like, you gotta heal yourself, because you gotta look within, because everyone has this connection. So this is saying, like, be your inner truth. I'm hearing inner truth, like, accept your inner truth. So then we have the Lovers, and I want you to know, some of you, because of the Two of Cups coming up and the Six of Cups being that some are negative, but the fact that for some of you, that unreciprocated love, that disappointment, that you just can't let go of that person, like, just know, like, I'm really hearing this person's like, look, I love you, but you're not the person I need to be in love with. Like, I love you, and I want you to know that, like, I'm thankful that we shared what we shared. But this is saying, like, you need to look within, you know what I mean? Like, don't let outside parties or don't let people manipulate you into something that you're not ready for, you think. Like, don't let yourself manipulate yourself into thinking that you need me. Because it's like you're only hurting yourself and stabbing your own heart. You're with the Three of Swords, like, there is heartbreak, and it's like you're breaking your own heart, and it's like you need to heal because you're not in union with yourself. So I can't be in union with you. Like, our love died a long time ago. It changed with death. And it's like, I want you to be happy. I want to set you free. And it's like, I want you to give knowledge. I want you to get knowledge and know that, like, there is another person out there for you, and I couldn't love you the way you loved me. And I heard that. So it's like, free yourself. Don't imprison yourself. Especially because of the fact that we had the Seven of Wands pop up. So this specifically is the 8. So I want you to know, for anybody who has numerology, that I'm seeing a lot of 5s, 4s, and I'm seeing 8 repeated. So I'm really saying that we have a balance of numbers. So I'm hearing, for some of you, if this resonates, these messages, or you're seeing 888, 7, you know, things like that, or you're saying 789 or 478, just know, like, numerology for these, like, you need to Google those. So then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So some of you actually have karmic relations that are still coming up from the past. And I'm also hearing some of you will actually have a favorable outcome, good karma, good luck, things like that. So some of you, because I'm seeing, like, a different group, like 2 or 3 of you, there are situations that were put off to the back burner for a really long time. I'm seeing, like, 4 or 5 years, and they're coming back, you know what I mean? And like, there are some people that may have a person coming back from the past to be like, look, like, I fucked up, pardon my language, I fucked up. And it's like, I want to give us a chance. I've grown, I've matured, I've seen you have matured, and it's like, I want to get us back on track. Like, I'm not the same person I was a long time ago. And so this person is saying, like, yeah, like, we have a compass of time, you know what I mean? And I'm hearing with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like, there is love on the horizon. And I see that with this and the Two of Cups. So some of you have a person either coming into your life from the past or coming in at a specific moment in time within, like, 5 years from now or 2 years from now. They're coming into your life and they're going to show you a greater love than you've ever imagined. You know what I mean? But it's like, don't imprison yourself. Like, set yourself free. Like, you are not a caged canary in a gilded cage. Like, I don't know why I would have that metaphor, but I'm seeing that. So Spirit, do you have any messages final for this reading? And it's like, you're not lifting burdens because you're placing your burdens. You're stifling yourself. You're stifling your block. You're just blocked, you know? You're creating situations for yourself that's just not. And then we have the Queen of Swords. And this is saying, use logic, use reason. And it's just like, stop overthinking, because, like, you are protected and they want you to know this. Like, call upon your guides because they're trying to guide you. And some of you are just too freaking stubborn, or you're acting like sheep, and they're trying to guide you. And for whatever reason, they freaking can't reach you. So they're coming to me and they're saying, like, look, and I'm hearing this, and I don't use this language very often. It's like, look, you fucking retard. I'm doing this, and we hate doing this, but you're just, like, putting yourself through situations that you don't need. And it's like, now you're stuck on the edge of a cliff and you're asking for help and you're calling out to God, like, give me something, give me a sign. And it's like, you're so freaking blocked and removed from reality that you just can't see anything but your own self-pity. You're in your victim mind. So it's like, you're blocked. And it's just like, now what do? Do you dangle on the precipice, or do you actually think, you know what, well, shit, like, now if, you know, something happens, I'm gonna die, or I'm no longer in a situation where I just need to probably take a leap of faith and maybe hopefully for something is going to catch me. Like, no. Like, don't put yourself in situations because now you have to, like, slowly ease back. You know what I mean? Like, someone has to come and save you. And that's it. Like, you're in a victim where you need a savior. And that's not what that is. So it's like, because your creativity is blocked or your abundance is blocked or there's a blockage within yourself, this is saying that you need healing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm seeing healing flame. You're not creative. You're not asking. Like, you are being told, heal now, heal immediately, because we're not saving you until you can save yourself. So I am going to get the Archangel Michael deck. Archangel Michael, is there any messages from any faith, any God, just with different names for anybody, or are there any spirit guides? Is there any messages from spirit that I wasn't able to touch on or didn't fully able to come through with the cards because I was seeing many different meanings? Is there a specific message or many different messages or some type of message from spirit, excuse me? Is there a message for spirit for this group? For these people, this individual. It says, ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. My prayer, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me. And then it says, describe the situation. And it says, please help me be fulfilled with faith, peace at all times. Any message? It says, keep your eyes on the intended target. I kind of feel like don't play cat and mouse, you know what I mean, in this card too, because I feel like you're playing cat and mouse and you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So it's like, if you have intentions and they are right, don't be manipulative. And I see that with, because the card was reversed when I pulled it out, I feel like some of you have a manipulation tech. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. So it says, for those who are doing it for the right reasons, they actually are using a creative means to heal and to let go. Then it's like, keep your target on the healing process. Don't look at like, oh, I'm going to get this in return. No. Like, don't look at the reward. Like, the journey is the best part, because when you get to the destination, and I hear in this, is like, if you want something so badly, like, is it actually like what you want, or is just like you want it in the moment? It's not something that you wanted long term. You know what I mean? So it's like the destination is kind of like FOMO. You know what I mean? I'll get there when I get there. It's like I'm missing something that I don't actually have, or I had at one point. So I'm hearing FOMO. It says, keep your eyes on your intended target. Please keep your eyes on your targeted intention. My prayer, Archangel Michael, for, I can't even talk. It says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask you for guidance in releasing any fears, doubts, or granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dreams. Are there any messages that are final for, say, people who are actually wanting to heal and they're not being stubborn, they're not resisting, they're kind of going through it and they need something positive to hear? What is something positive? What is something positive that needed to be heard? What is something positive? It says, forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. My prayer, I ask you for help in letting go of self-blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. Is there any messages for those who are they're self-sabotaging? Are there any messages for those who are in a self-sabotaging, or they just don't feel good enough? What is a message you can give them? What is a message you can give those who are stuck in a very toxic situation? So, for those who may be stuck in a situation, I have like a lot, so bear with me. I really do feel like these need to be said. It says, my prayer, Prayer will help this situation. Dear God, Archangel Michael, and anyone whom else to pray, such as Jesus, I ask for divine intervention. It says, describe your situation. I welcome you with open arms and your help. I trust you and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle, and I ask you to send me one in this situation quickly. Thank you. Amen. It says, have confidence. Archangel Michael, please lend me your courage and fortitude. Help me realize that I am one with all this divine wisdom, strength, love, creativity, abundance, and health. Allow me to feel confident and peaceful about myself in all ways. It says, spend time more outdoors. Thank you for motivating me to spend time outdoors and help me relax and enjoy connecting with nature. So I'm seeing this in the Four of Cups when I said, please meditate. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be given something when you meditate and you take time to yourself. So it's like self-love. So it's like that coming full around for some of you is really like a clarifying moment that some of you need. So it says, decide to be happy now. It says, my prayer, thank you for helping me open my heart to happiness, joy, and bliss. I'm now willing to see all the goodness in my life. So the Nine of Cups is really saying, like, I don't need another thing to make me happy because I can make myself happy. Like, I'm happy in my situation. I have happiness. Like, be grateful. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm hearing write it down. It says, focus upon divine and perfect health. It says, God, Archangel Michael, thank you for continuously reminding me to focus on perfect health and for guiding my actions so that they support my well-being. It says, let go of fear now. So it's like, for those who have fear and anxiety, like, just know, like, let it go. Like, there's no purpose. You're hurting yourself. It says, Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of any heavy, toxic, ego-based thoughts or feelings. It says, your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Please help me and clearly hear, feel, see, and know that divine guidance that I have asked for and prayed for is with me. Allow me to keep my ego out of the way, for your wisdom can come streaming through me for my own benefit and those around me. It says, write about your feelings. And I said, please write down your gratitude. But this is saying, write down your feelings and your thoughts. And so when you pick those up, say a year from now, a month from now, you'll see yourself in the place that you were and be grateful that you're in this. So it's like manifesting your thoughts on actual physical paper is amazing, you know? This is my prayer. Thank you for helping me tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so I can clearly express myself and glean insight, blessings, and healing. And then finally, we have eternal love. And it says, help me perceive all the love that surrounds me so I can feel safe receiving and expressing and giving love. So this is self-love, guys. Like, this is the union card of self, the lovers. For some of you, the family. Oh, and then we have healing work. It says, thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and those around me. Thank you for connecting me to the loving, high integrity healers, teachers, and energy healing modalities. So this is saying, like, if you go through, even if you feel like you can't do, like, healing work, like chakra work, another thing is, like, Reiki. Like, Reiki is really good for healing. So that's way too many. So this actually came up. It says, be gentle with yourself. Be kind. You know what I mean? Like, when you're going through shadow and you're healing yourself and you're letting go, like, you tend to be really negative. You know what I mean? Like, you're saying, I don't feel good enough. You know what I mean? It's like, be gentle. You're beating yourself up. So it's like, be kind. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you were kinder to yourself, then you wouldn't have a need to be elsewhere. You know what I mean? You wouldn't feel like you have to beat yourself up. And a lot of times that's what we are. We always go to a negative part of ourselves. And I personally struggle with this. So the fact that this came out, be gentle with yourself, is really, like, it made me happy inside, because it's like, I know for a fact I beat myself up about not feeling pretty. I beat myself up because I'm like, I'm not confident. I beat myself up because I put myself into situations that I just have no business, like, being in. I'm a nosy Parker. Like, I stuck my nose into situations, and it's like, I know I shouldn't do it, but I do it anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I want something, but it's just like, I know I can't have it, you know? And then I beat myself up for it. So it's like, and like I said, my biggest thing is, like, I beat myself up for not being where I feel like I should be. And that, to me, that hurts, you know? Because it's also it's self-harming yourself. It's self-harming your abundance that you've manifested, because you're not seeing everything around you. You're not grateful. You're not gratitude. You're not happy. So it's like you're stewing in that. So you beat yourself up. So be gentle with yourself. Archangel Michael, please guide me in treating myself with gentle, nurturing love in everything I think, speak, and do. Help me know that I deserve this compassion. I release any feelings of guilt so that I may experience lasting inner peace. Okay, so thank you. And then I am going to channel the universe in my Starseed Oracle. So it's like, universe, are there any messages that you would like to be present in this reading for someone or some entity involved? And they really need to hear this. What are some of the messages that are really needed to hear? What message? This is wait. It's not time yet. Things are being woven. So it's like, stop. You know what I mean? Like, you need to work on what you need to work on. Information, digest it, healing work. And then it's like, stop. You know what I mean? It's like, we have our building blocks right now. We have our baby steps. It's like, you need to build this. You need to get over things and allow things to take time. You know what I mean? And it says the blue flame, spontaneous awaken, activation, integration. So some of you are just waking up, you know? And I hear this is like, wake up. It's time to wake up. And I'm really seeing people that are like pulling off their blankets, right? Or their cloths that are over their eyes, or their veils. So they're really like pulling that, you know, up. And they're like, they were resting, and now they're seeing for like the situation for what it was. So that's what it's saying, is like, wake up from the situation. They're waking up. There's awakening. So it's like, call upon the blue flame. Like, allow this activation. Allow your spiritual DNA to activate and heal. Are there any messages positive for those who have let go? Are there any messages how to take that next step for those who have successfully healed, or they have let go of a situation? Are there any messages in this deck for... It says perspective, none of this matters, zoom out, common ground. And it says inner earth, you'll survive this, new solutions, new beginnings. So I'm seeing the death card, I'm seeing the fool, and a couple other cards, and then the hangman. So it's like, there is a new beginning. It's like, trust, know that you are on the right path. And then it says zoom out. And so it's like, basically, for those who are on this self-awakening, or they've on this journey and they've healed, they've done this, it's like, what you've done in the past, it doesn't matter, because it's a new beginning. So it's like, don't bring the past into your new beginnings. So then I'm hearing earth pulsating, pulse of the mother, slow down, take time in nature. Again, we're taking time outdoors, so it's like, go for a walk. I'm literally hearing go for a walk. And for those, I'm seeing someone who's walking in a canyon and you stumble across a waterfall. So I'm really seeing that for some of you. So it's like, take a walk. Like, even if it's to the park, or it's, you live by a forest, you live by a canyon, it's like, take a walk and just sit there. Like, allow yourself to be one with nature. Allow yourself to be one with Mother Earth. But yeah, it's like, go outside. Don't stay indoors. Are there any messages? Do you have any messages for those who are leaving a toxic relationship behind? Do you have any messages for those who are leaving a toxic relationship behind? Do you have any messages or a message for those who are leaving a toxic relationship or situation behind? It says, breathe in the cosmos. My will is thy will. Stop micromanaging the universe. So it's like, stop manipulating. Stop trying to make things work. You know what I mean? Like, you need to leave. Like, you're being guided out. So don't fight it. Like, ride the tides of change. It says, activated earth, power places, ley lines, trust that you are led. So this is saying, like, the earth grids. So we're talking, like, Stonehenge. Google that. But, like, there is power, you know, and it's saying, and I'm hearing, if you need to help activate your blue flame of awakening and, like, earth, you know, knowing that you are led and, like, taking time out, Like, just know there is energy outside that you can tap into and ask for healing. So it's like, ask Mother Earth and be serious. It's like, Mother Earth, and this is the intention. And just make sure you're grateful and you give back. So if you ask Mother Earth or Mother Universe for healing energy, if you go outside and you sit by a tree and you just be like, okay, Mother Earth, may I have some of your healing energy? That is tapping into a grid, a ley line. Is just a vein of energy that is abundantly everywhere on Earth. So then we have, you are not alone. It says isolation, physical connection, and community. So if you feel isolated, you need to get out there because you will find your community. This is saying, like, if you feel like you're not good enough, like, believe me, there is someone out there that thinks otherwise. Like, they want to connect with you. So it says crack bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. So it's like, surrender to change. And it says rock bottom. So it's like, if you feel like you're at a low place in your life, like, alchemy is basically, the thought of it was always changing. A lot of it was focused is changing other metals or other materials of earth into gold. And that's what, it was huge in, you know, the Renaissance's finding how to make an abundance out of something. So I'm really saying, like, the universe is saying, hey, like, you've hit an all-time low and there's just like a situation you're getting out of, or you're getting over it, or you're trying to, and it's like, stop fighting change, stop fighting the inevitable. It's like, surrender to it, because you know what, like, change is good for everyone. So don't let fear, anxiety, or self, you know, deprecating thoughts control you. So surrender to sweetness, so self-love. Again, water your garden, nourishment, body care. So it's like, rest, you know what I mean? Meditate, self-love, do things for you and you alone. It says your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So write things down, draw them, paint them, and whatever you find creative, write it down, draw it, do whatever, manifest it. It's like, when you see something and you just feel like it, like, make it an inner reflection of you. It's a star family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Call in your family. That is like, call in your friends and family. Like, call in the people that you love most. But it's also saying, call in your guides. Call in this divine love. Call in the universe. It's like, just make sure when you do it, like, you don't invite negative. Like, have boundaries. You know what I mean? So set your intention and like, firmly, like, keep it. It says all paths lead home, inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. So it's like the high priestess, you have inner knowledge, like, use it. Like, don't go outside seeking elsewhere. It says the sea of Mintaka. It says see potential, bringing unconscious to the light. So that is saying, like, if you're in shadow, open the light in. You know what I mean? Stop being and actually live. You know what I mean? Like, it says called soul gifts training. It's time to step up. So again, with the blue flame activation, you're being called to do something greater, a greater purpose, not for yourself but other people. So it's like, maybe you write a book or you author something, you put it out there, and it has a huge cult following. Like, you become someone to something. You know what I mean? So that's what that's saying, is you have a greater purpose and you're being called for that. It says trust timing. The wave you came on, time is not running out. So this is saying that you were put here for a reason, and time will give you that reason, that purpose. So it's like, if you feel like you don't have a purpose, believe me, you have purpose. Just trust in it. And then we have the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. So this goes against with divine timing, that if you author, like, again, if you author a book, like, you know what I mean? Like, when the timing is right, it will take off. So it's not even just that, it's your creativity, the way you go about something, a perspective. You know, once you cultivate yourself and you gain this, you may be able to go out to the street and hand, you know, someone, say, $100 bill and be like, hey, go get food, go do this, go get a new pair of shoes, go get a new wardrobe. You know what I mean? Go find a new article of clothing. Do something for yourself, right? That you're giving to others. And then, like, 2 days later, you win the lottery. Like, you know what I mean? Like, circumstances are going to happen. Situations are going to happen where it changes your life and you change someone else's. Are there any final messages in this deck for the entire collective? Is there a message for the entire collective? It says, well and Orca elders, share your song, your frequency. It says deep diving. So like whales, they travel with family, they're familiar, yet they search the entire globe for things, but yet they still come home to that one place where they birth, they know they feel safe. So it's like, call in your ancestors, call in those who are around you that have your general well-being in mind, and they will never abandon you. So that's what that is saying, like, allow healing frequency, like, talk. And it says deep cellular hearing, Arcticus, I don't know, it's Arcturus, I have no clue, anyways, energy. And it says physical and emotional healing. Oh, we already knew with this card, the healing, that was going to happen. So, and then the blue flame of awakening, when I said activate your cellular spiritual DNA, like, it's ready, and this is going to blow your mind. You know what I mean? You will be a whole, and pardon my language, like, the song Bust It or whatever by Tay Money and like Sweetie, and it's like a whole brand new bitch. Like, that's literally what I'm hearing. This is the cosmic heart, devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. Be grateful, send up prayers, be thankful. Again, like, know that you are blessed, but as long as you know that the support who's supporting you up when you didn't have a backbone, like the force of gravity, be thankful for that, because you could be floating out to outer space and things could be way worse than what it is. And it says, I'm sorry, defensive list, righting the past wrongs, uprooting. And I'm really hearing two different things. I'm sorry for the pain I caused you, but it's also saying, like, look, I'm sorry that you feel like this. And this is from the universe. It says, I'm sorry you feel like this, but like, just know there is a greater purpose for this. So it's like, I'm removing situations from you. I'm uprooting your traumas and things, and it hurts like that, but it's like, just know that I have your best intention at heart. I do this because I love my children, and I want what's best for you. I want you to realize your full potential. So this is saying, I'm removing any roots or any parasitic things from your life that does not serve you, that wants to keep you in a box and keep you manipulated, and not realize your human potential, but a spiritual potential. So this is saying, like, I'm removing anything that would keep you asleep and stupid, because I love you. I want you to trust me that I'm doing things for the right reason for you. You may not understand them right now, and you're emotional, and you're seeing one perspective, you're seeing your own. But believe me, I see a greater perspective. I see greater change. And I want you to know I have you. Trust me. Surrender to me. Surrender to the change. And surrender to my love. Surrender to my healing that I'm giving you. Because as my child, I want you to do better. I want you to be better. I want you to do so much better where you're not in this place. Like, surrender to me and me alone. And this is also saying, like, whatever, like, you believe in God, whatever is, they're the same entities with just different names throughout different times, okay? So I got the earth. I believe in Mother Cosmos. So Mother Cosmos comes into me when I channel her as the mother. So then we have lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. So it's like, look within yourself, because you have these gifts, these healing abilities, and yet you've made something from something else. And I'm hearing, don't take anybody's shit. Like, don't take your own shit. And then we have the weight of the world, boundaries. It's let go. It's not yours to carry. So it's like, you're not Atlas. You know what I mean? Like, don't carry something because it stifles you. You're not growing. It says, New Earth, keep holding vision. It's happening. Whatever you envision, it's happening, okay? Like, don't envision things for the wrong reasons. It says, Forge, don't follow a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. It's like, don't be sheep. Be the leader. Be the shepherd. You know what I mean? But it's like, don't shepherd things that you don't need, because you are your own shepherd. So it's like, be, that striding force. Be that pack leader. be, you know, exactly what you needed, you know, to be, you know what I mean? Like, be the leader you wish you had, you know what I mean? And it says Starkeeper, cosmic ancestors, seed of light, staying grounded. So it's like, I'm also hearing, like, you are someone's ancestor. Like, I'm not joking. For those generations, like, progeny, like, your progeny is saying, like, look, as our ancestor, like, we're ready for you to embrace this so we can be born. We can carry this next step. We can carry this next torch of activation for mankind. So it's like, I'm hearing, like, you are our ancestor. We love you, but we need you to do better. And it's like, this is what that's saying, but it's also saying for you, not being someone's ancestors, like calling your ancestors, calling your lineage. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence within you lies within you. So this is saying stop seeking outside confirmation. So I know this was a super long video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that utmost peace, love, and happiness and healing energy into you, and I hope to know that you are divinely loved by the universe. You are divinely loved by your God. Whatever your faith is, this entity loves you. And don't ever accept less. But it's also saying, love yourself, be kind to yourself, because your self-love and your divine love for yourself and for the universe is everything that already lies within you. So don't go out seeking new seas. And TLC popped in my head. It's like, don't go searching for waterfalls. Stick to the, you know, the rivers and the ponds that you know. And that's what the star card. It's like, you can expand your horizons, but where's home? So thank you so much. Love, kisses, everything. Love you.